Okay, YouTubers, this is the Angryprepper. So, today's video, we're going to talk about you need a plan. Now, I spoke about this before, but now we are entering an arena that we have never been in, at least in our lifetime. Now, maybe our parents have with the Cuban Missile Crisis, but this is seemingly a lot worse because now we are contending with Russia and China and possibly Iran. With that being said, guys, with all of this going on, we should stop looking at the TV and start developing a plan. Now, my nuclear option plan, if you will, I have developed from years ago. I sat down for probably close to 5 days, if not a week, trying to figure this shit out for my family. As far as getting out of the city, how we're gonna get out of the city. If we get trapped, what are we gonna do? How much food do we have to survive in the apartment if we can't go outdoors for a certain amount of time, which could be anywhere between a couple weeks to a few months. All depends on how the radiation and fallout goes and things of that matter. And I'm not gonna get into that, that's a separate video. So guys, coming up with all of this plan, that took me a while. And if that takes you a week or two to come up with a plan, then so be it. But you got to make time for this plan. Now, being that everything's a little different, I did that plan probably 8 to 9 years ago. Things are a little different now as far as people goes. Traffic patterns have changed. So now I have to update my plan. Now, obviously, guys, that early warning system I've spoken about before, I'm going to get out of the city before most people make that jump. So I'll be gone. But I have a plan as a backup plan to that plan if I get stuck in the city. So we have a nuclear response, if you will, plan if we get stuck in the city. This apartment building is not ideal, but nonetheless, it'll work. We would actually be living, if we get stuck in the city, in our living room. That's the downside of the whole thing. Radiation detectors, I ordered one today. It's a fucking bullshit one, but it's good enough for my apartment so that I know that if there's radiation in that room, we can't go in that room. Obviously, you have to wait a couple days because dust does seep in through all the cracks and nooks and crannies and shit like that and vents that are in the building. But that's my plan. My plan has a backup plan, right? Now, you guys need a backup plan as well. You guys need a plan A. You need plan B, C, D, E, all the way to fucking Z. You need to fucking war game out what could possibly happen. Now, there's an uncharted territory of a nuclear bomb going off in a city like New York or DC or Chicago. It hasn't been done. Some people say Hiroshima and Nagasaki, but they weren't cities like New York or DC. So there was, though, an interesting, not study, but a finding of a family who was in the blast zone, but because the way their house was built behind seemingly like a ledge or a cliff, they were protected and they were able to live there until everything fucking quelled down. And they actually didn't even suffer a lot of radiation. So that's just a side note, sorry. But anyway, guys, you need a plan. We need to come up with something. You can't be scared now. Again, like I said before, I said it a million times, I'm gonna say it again. Now's not the time to be scared. Now's the time to toughen up your plan, harden it, make sure you got it fucking ready to execute. I'm thinking about doing a video of bugging out for a nuclear attack and seeing what that looks like. I gotta get the family on board with that. That's a different subject altogether. But guys, you have to have a plan. Everyone needs to develop something, and your plan, guys, is going to be very different from mine. I live in New York City. Some of you guys live in rural areas. Some of you guys live in suburbia. So your plan's going to be different. Traffic patterns are different, right? So you have to calculate all of this in. You also have to calculate if you get stuck in your house, what are you going to do? How long can you stay there? Like I said before, I went to the storage unit. I bought a lot of food from the storage unit and put it in my house in case I get stuck here. I redesigned, I didn't redesign, but I repacked, my truck to make sure that all our essentials in there, so when we leave, that's it. There's no grabbing extra shit. There is, I have to, and I hate to say this, but I had to put my solar chargers by my doorway because I cannot put it in the car. I will not put it in the car, sorry. Because they'll break into my shit and take my stuff. Right now, I'm risking leaving my shit in the car and praying that it doesn't get broken into. That's a different subject altogether. So certain things like my solar chargers and stuff, that has to stay in the apartment, and when we leave, I grab it and go. Again, that's my plan. What is your plan? You need to come up with a plan, and you need to sort of run it through your head a couple times and then execute it. I'm going to execute it with the family, and we're going to film it when we do. Guys, this is some shit, again, a lot of us were preparing for. A lot of us knew that we were going to head down this road. Whether the nuclear war gets executed or not is a different story. But we knew that we were headed down this road. Now, a lot of people are referring to the Bible because the Bible says so. I'm not a Bible guy. I'm not religious. But there is a side of me that's like, maybe everyone's right. And listen, guys, there's something to be said about what's going on in the Bible. Sorry. There's something to be said about that. But we still can't give up. We still have to keep moving forward. I know a lot of people are saying in the comment section, why do you want to live through a nuclear holocaust? Why do you want to give up? And like Survival Living said in his last video, which is right on point, why even be a prepper if you're going to give up from a nuclear attack? Nuclear attacks are survivable, guys. Even if we get peppered through the United States, it's going to be hard. A lot of people are going to die. We might even die. But the human race can't go on. And the human race has to know, people who are watching this video or Canadian Prepper's video or Prepper Now's video, you have to know that we can move forward. Whether it's you, your neighbors, people have to move forward. The human continuity is the more important thing. Our kids' continuity is actually more important than us adults. But the human race's continuity is important. And to give up is bad. This is why you have a plan, so that you don't give up. Because you're defeating yourself when you go, nuclear war. I don't want to live past that. I'll just kill myself. So guys, this is just a quick video on fucking not giving up. 1, 2, have a plan. A plan right now is more important than anything in the world. And a nuclear plan, or a nuclear option plan, is what you should be planning right now, because that's what we're contending with. And also a cyber attack. But though a cyber attack, you're probably not going to go anywhere. You're probably going to stay home. But a cyber attack, guys, is also on the table, and so is an EMP attack. That's on the table now. All of those things are on the table. The things that we prepared for years is all on the table today. All right, guys, so this is the Angry Prepper. Thank you for watching.